And we are live. Hello, welcome to the Bearded Podcast, episode 2, the ones with the reviewers. Obviously, myself, Doc's Bearded Reviews, Andy, Mr. Beardtings, and we are with us today. We have Rusty Reviews from Rusty Reviews, and Johnny Bearded Yorkshire Lad, obviously from Bearded Yorkshire Lad. So, welcome, guys. Thank you for coming on.
You are welcome.
Johnny, I've seen on the Instagram you're ready. You're live and kicking, and you've got your drinks ready. What's your brew today?
Well, I'm drinking Guinness for John, but I've had a black sheep. I've had an open fuel and just had a bit of Dutch courage. Hey, I'm ready to start the party, boys.
Ready to start the party. Rusty, what you want tonight?
I've just poured myself a rum as well, mate. Nice spiced rum. I've got a selection of craft beers. I've nearly finished one as well. So yeah, cheers, boys. Cheers.
We're gonna have the joys of you trying out a few beers tonight, live online, haven't we? Andy?
Yeah, those two are brand new. Never tried them before, so I might throw up live on air. You never know.
We'll go for it. Andy, you got your Beardtings mug. What you got on tonight?
What have I not got on, Dan? What have I not got on? Just had a Loch Lomond. Absolutely beautiful. Seeing as I am up next to Loch Lomond at the moment. Got my Guinness just for you, John. Just for John. I've got Bud Light and also got the wild card. Bit of Drake. Yeah, buddy.
Fucking dangerous.
Fucking dragon soup.
I know, man. It's disgusting.
Hey, listen. When in Rome. When in Rome.
When in Rome.
Oh, I've also got a new lighter as well. I don't know if you guys noticed, but got a
little closer.
What scent did you go for?
This one, I did the Vanilla Killer. And I've also got, Mrs. got the Black Oak. I've only done Vanilla Killer and Black Oak. I made them in black wax as well. They look pretty cool. First time I've ever made candles. And it's quite easy, to be honest, because I just use the scent profiles that I've got. So, yeah, they're cool. My little party piece.
All right, let's see who we got with us. We have got Jordan was here massively early. I think he was here actually before I jumped on. Sort of way 8:30. I jumped on sort of in the background. Jordan's just like, first, I'm here. As Jordan, we've got Scott Evans, who's in with us.
Welcome.
Right. Hey,
Budgie's in with us. We've got Nez back in with us. Who's with us last week? Anthony Jones, once again. Hey. Show your Guinness, big fat. Here we go.
Hey, proper stuff.
We have got Marriott here with us as well. And Beard Lucian.
Oh,
here we go.
Oh, yeah.
I got your package, bro. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Mine's in the drawer back there.
There
Good
it is.
stuff. I like it.
Already someone having a go at me saying I'm on the fruit shoots. I'm on a Desperado, so I'm not too bad.
Yeah, tomato.
Right. So obviously, Rusty, Johnny, welcome. How are you guys, Rusty? What you been up to, man?
Work. Just finished 4 days off work. Today's my first day off, so just chilling out a bit today. Like I said to you last night, I was playing a bit of Football Manager last night, and that carried on into today. I ain't done nothing today, boys. But no, yeah, I've been trying out some stuff. Ready for review this weekend. Be out Monday. A Tartan's Tale I'm reviewing for Monday.
Oh, love it. Absolutely love it.
What scent?
Do you know what I do, right? This is how I review, and people might not always agree with this being a nice process, but I tend to not look at names, scent profiles. I literally will smell them, wear them, and then look at the scent profile and stuff on the day when I start to write the profile.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to learn about it as I go along, rather than having a preconceived idea of what it should smell like. But I think it's the Grandpa's Allotment. Is it that one? I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
I gave up on the pipette as well. I just pour it in my hand. It's just so thick. It just don't work. It just doesn't work very well. So yeah, I just pour it straight in now.
You get about a quarter of a pipette.
Yeah, it's just I'm not going to give too much away because obviously there's no point in watching the review on Monday. But I'm a big fan. Big fan.
I love this packaging. I love the packaging. I love the little tartan ribbon. It looks really cool.
It just ties everything together, doesn't it? Just
man, it's great. No pun intended there, eh?
Yeah. No, that was an accident. That was the beer talking.
Johnny, man, what you been up to?
I've got a new job, so my time at home's a little bit less because I work shifts and stuff. But it just got to a point last year where I said to the boss, "I don't like it. I'm off." So I've got a new job now, so much happier. Well, mentally, I mean, it's whacked me in the pocket, but money can't buy happiness, can it? So
definitely,
my review of Beardtings will be coming out either tomorrow or Monday. I've also got some stuff delivered from Rune Silk. I've also got Brad's beard butter and his Mam and Bridget oil, which is a bit different to what I've tried before. It's got it's very unique, shall we say. It's not what I thought it would be, but I like it all the same. It's good stuff, but I don't give too much away like Rusty. Otherwise, there's no point watching reviews. So I have started to structure my reviews now because they're a bit all over the gaff, a bit all over the shop. So, I mean, I didn't know what we're going off, so nobody else knew what we're going off. So I've kind of got some different sections now to make things easier for everyone to understand rather than just waffling on as I do because I talk shite most of the time.
Nice, man. Johnny, just do me a favour. Come a little bit closer to the camera because you're a little bit quiet, I think. It might just be me.
Do you want to stick my headphones in?
Or you can just give us a shout either way.
Right, well, hey up. Can you hear me now?
That's a bit better. Hey up, lad. Hey up. Hold on. John from Big Fat's trying to call me. I don't know what's going on.
That's not very helpful.
No, he's not. Exactly. I'm on live stream and he's calling me. Just put it in the message. Just put it in the messages, mate. It's fine. Absolutely ridiculous. Where are we going? So Annette from Face Fur, obviously in with us today as well. Thank you. She caught up, speaking to her within the week, and she said she watched last week. She on the catch up, and then she's joining in with us this week. So thank you very much for coming in with us.
Big fan of Face Fur Beard Care as well. They do great stuff.
Yeah.
Great scent, great packaging, great look, great company.
There we go. I know now why John decided to call me, because he tried to be polite, and I've literally just kind of stitched myself up because I managed to spell reviews wrong. It's quite embarrassing, if I'm totally honest, considering that's pretty much, well, it's in my title as well.
To be honest, I think typos is sort of my trademark now. That's my thing.
pretty much, isn't it? It's,
everything I post, almost everything I post, it's even like the kind of videos I do. I'll post it. Like last night, I did one, and I put it up. I put what's coming for Beardtings. What's happening for Beardtings in 2020?
To be fair, I think everyone's still struggling to jump from 2020 to 2021. Yeah. I know I've done it quite a bit from now, but
it's all merged in.
It is. Right, lads, obviously, part and parcel of what we do is our company shout-outs or reviewer shout-outs, depends on what you want to do. So Andy, do you want to jump out with your one for this week?
Yeah, my shout out goes to Beardtings. We've been speaking quite a bit. He sent me over his oil and butter. I literally just got these about an hour ago. Picked them up from my house, came back to Mrs. I've had a little sniff. It smells beautiful. Actually, I've done what you were saying, actually, Rusty. I haven't actually looked at the scent profiles yet, but the oil I've got is, was it Maman Bridget, and it's very sweet, kind of bubblegummy, candy, sweet, very, very sweet. It's a nice one. I do like it. It reminds me of like kind of candy. And then also the butter I've got After Dark, and I love. Well, so I said last week that Odin's Beard Care has the best butter, and Beardtings took me up on the challenge. Goes, I challenged that. I'm going to send you one. They sent me his, and holy shit, it is the fluffiest, lightest butter I've ever used. Absolutely beautiful. You can see I've stuck my finger in it already. I've got a bit in now. I can get in a bit kind of like foresty pine notes. Beautiful, really, really nice, natural scent. So the two of them are really different. So you've got that which is very sweet, and this one's really natural, foresty. Love the packaging. The actual packaging he sends, it comes with me, but it's a little envelope that stamps, the little wax stamp on there. The presentation, the packaging is brilliant. Yeah, amazing, really, really cool. There's really cool stickers actually as well. Nice little note in there. Anyone who wants to buy something you haven't tried before, give Beardtings a go. Really, really cool stuff. I'm impressed. So thank you very much, bro.
Lovely. Rusty, who is yours for this week, man?
We're going to go with Lakeland Beard Care. And it's not the cleanest of packaging right now, but these are the free samples of his newest range of butters coming out. So there's 3 scents here I've got, which are Squeeze the Day, Man of Mystery, and Forbidden Fruit. The one I've been wearing loads, basically all the time, because it's so great, is the Squeeze the Day, which is actually it's an orange mocha, and it's so good. And their butters, I don't know if I'll be able to show you very well. His butters are they're on the dense side, if that makes sense. So they're very heavy to look at. And then when you actually get them out, it's almost like a paste. But when they get going, mate, just open that up. I want to eat it. But yeah, Lakeland Beard Care. I feel like they go a little bit under the radar in the community. Everyone knows about them, but hasn't really tried them. If that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that does make sense. Yeah, I haven't given it a go, but I see them a lot. He's very good at that. I
highly recommend them. The woodshed combo that he does is amazing. It's like a sandalwood and lime. It's really, really good. Nice. Yeah, Lakeland Beard Care.
Lovely. Johnny, who is your shout out this week, man?
My shout out goes to Rad at Beardtings as well. As Andy has said, the beard butter is shit up. It's nice and good there. Honestly, 5 minutes on your face, your beard feels soft. Well, it's one that's really soft. And I've got the Mammon Bridget, and it does smell like bubble gum, but it's got, I don't know if you agree with this, Andy, but it's got like a bit of a nightclub smell to it.
Yeah.
A certain smell. So it's a mix between bubblegum and like a nightclub.
Not the nightclubs that I know. The nightclubs I've been to don't smell like that.
Especially if they're serving dragon soup, mate.
Oh yeah, well, much better.
Not only that, but Rad, he's got my sense of humour. He's a sick, twisted fucker. We've had some right conversations. He's a good lad. And his products are good as well, and he's not afraid to tell you what he thinks. So if you say something to him and he thinks you're talking shit, he'll just say, "Look, you're talking shit, pal."
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a good lad, he's Rad.
Yeah, definitely, man. He is.
Dan, what you got for us?
So my shout out this week, I've actually gone away from company, so I'm not doing a company this week. I'm actually going to be doing a reviewer or ex-reviewer, whatever you want to call it. So I am going for Spider-Man. simply because he's in a great place at the moment. He's stepping away, having a little one with his partner, and he's just sort of stepping down from active reviewing. He's still going to be doing little bits and pieces, but for me, I just love the fact that you go through his videos and he's always gives his opinion. He's very honest with everything, and there's a lot of details and a lot of honesty in the stuff he does. And just because he's stepping away, he's still going to be within the community, don't get me wrong, but just because he's stepping away from active reviewing, I think everyone should jump onto his YouTube, have a look at some of the videos which he does. He's done a beard comb one recently, and he's the information is there, and that's the type of information which everyone within the community should be looking at. We should be going right, try and pick up this type of stuff. So for me, my shout out is Chris today, Spartan Marriott. Jump on his YouTube and just gorge in the information which he can give you, man.
No, really good reviews. Really good reviews. I've watched a lot of this. I did a review of my stuff as well. Amazing reviews, and good man. He's from St Austell. I used to live down there as well. Lovely little area. Oh, actually,
if I could tag a little bit onto that as well, is when around the turn of the year, I was going through a bit of a I was very indecisive about my position with reviewing. Would I carry on? Would I not, etc. And Chris actually reached out and just we had a little to and fro and a little chat, and he really sort of helped put things into perspective. So not only is he a good reviewer, he's also the sort of guy that will take 5 minutes out of his day to just see if you're all right and just offer a few little pearls of wisdom as well. So yeah, top bloke.
Exactly, man. And I think that's something which, I mean, me and Andy touched on last week, and it's about sharing information, and it's about, when you're doing something wrong, then obviously give information for why you're doing it wrong, and sort of just general knowledge, trying to share the knowledge, if you know what I mean. And that's something which Chris does really, really well. He just gives out the information. As you said, he drops me a message, and we just have random talks, and he's just that type of person. And that's why for me, it's a case of, once again, yes, he's stepping out of the limelight, so to speak, still, but the information is still there, and I really sort of beg people, jump on, have a look at his stuff, because it's the knowledge is there, and as we all know, knowledge is power. All right, we are there, but yeah, where are we? So
quickly, just on the note of shout outs, I do need to do a little shout, another little one to Shy Spirits. Sean, Pretty Beard, has just sent me one of his candles. I don't know if you guys know Sean from Bearded Bear Reviews, one of the lads. Trinity Beards, give him a follow. Give Shy Spirits a follow. He's dipping into the candle market. He's just sent me this. I'm using this tomorrow for my Valentine's Day dinner. It is cigar and cognac. It smells incredible. It needs to be made into a beard product as well. It's that good. Beautiful, amazing stuff. And it's all about cocktails and spirits. So that is actually a whiskey glass. So when you finish the candle, boiling water in there, get rid of it, and you've got myself a nice little whiskey glass. So shout out to Shy Spirits. Give them a follow, guys.
We actually, you not remember, we got told off last week because this was still a little bit supposed to be under wraps.
Oh shit, isn't it?
Yeah, it was supposed to be.
Yes, man.
It's in the group chat. He said to us, I didn't really want it getting out yet because obviously he's not quite ready to put everything out. But
just who needs fucking enemies? Do you know what I mean?
We've got Andy.
Sorry, Sean.
But yeah, I mean, crack on, Andy, mate. Go with it.
If you don't want to know about anything, don't tell me. Yeah.
Obviously, new person jumping in as well. Dave Wallace, NI Viking, one of the big fat madmen, as I call them. Absolute loose cannons, no matter what way you want to point it at. So obviously, guys, whilst you are within the chat, if anyone watching wants to ask any questions, throw them in. We'll keep an eye on them, and obviously we'll pop them up as and when they come through. But yeah, make sure you drop us a message. and we'll go from there. So, guys, reviewers, you're the type of people who everyone looks to, whether you like it or not. People come to you, they ask your opinion on beard oils, beard butters, balms, beard care routines, anything to do with beards, because that's your place within the community now. So I want to know what your beard care routine is, because me and Andy have conflicting ideas of how to do trims and how to do stuff like that. But what's your beard care routine? So we'll go with your trimming first. Do you self trim or do you barber trim? So Johnny, what do you do, man?
I got to barber, mate. I treat it like a treat, to be honest with you. So I got to barber, he chops my beard, we have a bit of a laugh. My barber is pretty smart. He's got a sweet setup. He's got a proper coffee machine. You can have a beer if you want a beer. Yeah, top lad. Shit football player. He likes to tell everyone that it's good, but he's not. And he's got a young apprentice with him. He's just got into barbering and stuff, so I let him cut my beard. I just enjoy the banter. I mean, I can go and have an haircut, but I like to have a beard trimmed, especially when you've got all these young spunkers who have got, little cat whiskers who'll think, oh, you're getting a beard trimmed. And you're like, fuck them, yeah, tosser. This is a beard, lad. Let's look at your balls. Yeah, fuck them either.
To be fair, you've got more hair on your bollocks.
Well, some of these lads shave the bollocks of all, don't they? Because they like to make it look bigger. I mean, I'm stung like a squirrel, so whether I've got hair or not, they still fuck all there, mate.
So, man, you're a barber man. So, Rusty, what about you? Are you self trimmer or you a barber man?
I haven't been to a barber now since before first lockdown, if I'm honest. So everything you see now is unfortunately of my own doing. So there's no one to blame for it going bad. But I've got two wireless clippers, a wider head and a narrow header to get all the little bits and bobs. The only thing I trim regularly is my mustache. I get proper fucked off when it ends up in my mouth. Every time you fucking get a spoon of cereal and it ends up, I can't be dealing with it. Honestly, it drives me mad. I'd love to have a big handlebar mustache and that, but like I just get too pissed off of it in my mouth.
Me too.
But yeah, I'll probably when my mustache pisses me off, I'll trim it and tidy up. So it's however long that takes to grow. And then I'll go again. Trimming's not really something that I'm that concerned with or bothered about, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I'm the same as you. I trim based on the mustache. As soon as that annoys me, that's time to give myself a shape up. I just, even for like drinking drinks and stuff, I just get like whatever, like water or tea or coffee or beer. I just feel it there. I just don't like it.
It's yogurt. Yogurt is the absolute worst. Because for some reason you have a yogurt and it ends up like over here.
No, what the worst is all of us have a lot of length in the chin, right? None of you know when the food's in your chin.
Yeah.
No, don't.
That's the worst part.
The worst thing to eat is soup. I just get it everywhere. I look like not good.
I said to my missus when I first started growing like a proper beard, and I went past that fashionable stubble, whatever you want to call it, and we had this agreement where if I ever got food stuck in my beard, I would shave it off, just because it was like enough's enough now. It's like every fucking dinner I'm sitting there and I've just got food stuck absolutely. I just said to her, I said, I don't care no more. I eat, then I go get showered, just because there's no way you can last eating and sort of with the amount of shit which you end up in your beard afterwards.
The real secret is putting a mirror by your front door, so you can always have a look at yourself just before you leave, just in case. That's a good tip.
It is. It's not bad. But what we got? Budgie, just dropping a quick question. So what am I reviewing next? So I'm actually dropping a review tomorrow for Nathan and Son. So I'd done a review for them yesterday. That's up on my website, and I'm Also, that was for the oil, and I'm going to be dropping a balm review for them as well. So it's a coffee latte, is the oil and balm combo. It's extremely strong. I mean, I'm talking sort of 10, 12 hours, and you're still getting strong whiffs of it. It's ridiculously strong. I mean, it matches some of Andy's stuff. Sort of when it comes to scent wise, it's just so powerful. I wasn't massively over impressed with the oil, unfortunately. It just a little bit too basic for me. The branding sort of is just not quite there, but they are a young company and they've sort of got a lot to learn. Branding is extremely important. The thing is, I was actually talking to Nathan, the owner, and kind of after the review, and he just kind of said to me, "When I understand what you're saying, we are going to be doing this, and his next project, which he's doing, fuck it, I'm going to tell everyone it's tough luck, basically. He's he's going to be dropping a Harry Potter theme set of products." So all the product labels and all the names behind it is all going to be slightly changed to be going in with Harry Potter.
What's the drink they do? It's a bit something
Butterbeer.
Got to do a butterbeer.
Yeah.
Butterbeer, beer butter.
Johnny, say that one.
What? Butterbeer?
Butterbeer, beer butter.
Butterbeer, beer butter.
That's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. That accent's a beautiful thing.
But yeah, so they're going to be dropping like I said, the Harry Potter theme type stuff, which I said to him straight away. I went, there you go. That's my issue with the branding. That's resolved, because that's the type of shit I want to see. I want to see creative branding. I don't want to see something which you're going to see in these sort of Amazon packages which you buy for your dad, which costs £2.99, and the branding is completely boring. I want to see something different. And
so do you shop with your eyes then, Dan? When you're online, when you're scrolling through Instagram and whatnot, do you pick out companies' products? Do you genuinely shop with your eyes first?
Yeah, and if I'm honest, I think 99% of people do, simply because I will quite happily challenge anyone here when it regards to this. You are unable to buy that product or review or test that product before you use it, so you have to look at the branding, and that's the only way which you're gonna see. So branding for me is massively important, and that involves social media presence, that involves branding of the actual bottle itself, and it involves sort of branding the packaging, and sort of everything to do with it has to be there, because you're not going to be able to smell a product before it turns up to you. I'm sorry. So, and this is where I'm saying branding is massively important. As much as Andy's stuff, like the Beardtings, I love the look of it. It's so different, especially the gold chapter. It's just in your face, arrogant. Let's be totally honest. It's just bang, and it's like a magpie. I look at it and I'll just go, right, that looks amazing. I don't know whether it smells any good until I buy it and it gets delivered to me. And then if I smell it and it smells like shit, I'm like, well, I've just spent whatever 12 quid on an oil which smelled like shit. But that's my issue. You know what I mean? And this is where I'm saying branding is massively important as a company. You have to do it. And this is my stance on it, and this is kind of which is going into my reviews now as well. Branding is a big factor for me, just because, like I said, we are all in this together, and we're all buying stuff off of Instagram. And I'm actually using my kids as kind of a bit of an example as well. I'm literally grabbing them and I'm saying to them, right, you've got 5 seconds, go pick me 5 oils. And they're just grabbing the stuff which looks amazing. And because that's what we're all doing. As much as we think we're not, we are. We're all just looking at something like a magpie and going, that looks good, I'm going to order it.
Yeah, it's totally true. It's like when you go, it's like look at like the best food. Like, you know, you go to these restaurants that's really good food. You look at it, it looks good. It's like you taste with your eyes, you smell with your eyes first, and then you get to taste it or smell it. But it's really important to have something that looks good, I think.
Definitely.
Well,
As Annette just said, it does need to look as good as it smells. That is sort of completely true. But once someone's bought it, it's too late. I mean, all right, some companies may be nice and sort of say, all right, fine, we'll refund you or whatever. But sort of on a whole, it's still very much going to be a case of, well, you bought it now. Let's be totally honest. I mean, Johnny, what about you? What do you think?
yeah, well, like everybody else, I think you look at something, you're naturally attracted to it, or you think, nah, look, shit, I'm not going to buy it. But just a perfect example is when I get beard products, I'll say to the wife, oh, look, so-and-so's comes like, oh, yeah, great. Oh, wow, you're fucking wasting your money on this, blah, 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 blah. Why didn't you sell any beard products? And this came, I'm not blowing smoke up his ass because I'm online with him, but his products came, and my wife like, they're shit up then.
Yeah.
So it don't matter how they smell, it's people are naturally attracted to what the stuff look like. I mean, it's like if you go to Amsterdam, you know, there might be some, 18-year-old virgin.
I know where this is going.
Driver, you're not going to go there, are you? You're going to think, I'm going to pop that 18-year-old bit of fucking crumpet. Then you get with it, she can't ride your cock, and then you've got some fat flag with slavering beside him. You know what I mean? Hey, you lads are laughing because you've been there.
Whose idea was it to get Johnny on the podcast?
Brilliant. Gold.
Andy, mate, what do you think, man? I mean, is it branding or is it just?
I think it's a mix of everything. So, like, branding's your first point of sale. You've got to have a good brand. You've got to be able to. It's about grabbing attention. Like, what is Instagram? Instagram is a currency for attention. That's what it is. Same with YouTube. Same with Facebook. It's a currency. It's like when you have a business, currency for attention. You need to get that attention draw first to make that first sale. Then you've got to back it up with a good product. So, like, what I like to think I got is good, very good product. I started off focusing on my actual product and made that good. And I thought, how am I going to make this look different and shout out more than everything else in the market? I thought, right, I'm going to go all out on the packaging and do something different that no one else got. And I think I've kind of done that. I think it looks pretty good, but there's a lot of other brands that look really fucking good as well. And I think it's really important to get that because you can have the best product in the world that's just like a bit of a plain branding, nothing special about the bottles, like same as everyone else, and you're not going to get noticed as much. People aren't going to talk about it as much, and people aren't going to try it and buy it as much. So I think it's a blend of everything. You've got to have a good looking product to grab people's attention, but then back it up with some good stuff, I think. So yeah, exactly. I think customer interaction is massive, and I think for me that comes easy. I love chatting shit to everyone that speaks to me. I've made some really good friends from my brand. I like some fucking sound guys there, and for me it keeps it fun. That's my favorite part of it, is meeting new people and chatting with new people and getting feedback off them. I think I think you've got to have everything. I mean, you can have something that looks really good. There's a company I know. I'm not going to mention any names. I think most of them know they put so much money into their packaging and it looks really good, but it's just shit. I think a lot of us know who we're talking about. But then if they had a really good product, it would do really, really well. And then you've got some other brands that have really bad branding, but then you can use the stuff and it's amazing. I think you've got to have everything. It's a bit of everything.
If I'm talking specifically from a review perspective, I think the difference then becomes the interaction you have with owners of companies. So yes, you still shop with your eyes, but you also build rapport and relationships with brands and with company owners, etc. So even if I've got the Lakeland stuff, it's in plain tins. Yes, it's the trial stuff, it isn't ready to go, but I'm still prepared to put that on my socials, even to the point of doing a review, because I believe in the brand, the product, and the things that came before it, and the owner of the company. So from a review perspective, it's slightly different. I think, yes, if I'm looking for something for myself, absolutely, I'm just shopping with my eyes. But when it comes to reviewing, I reach out to a lot of companies and speak to a lot of people, and then build, like I say, like the interaction and the rapport, and then make an assessment based on that. So I think there's the double-edged sword of being the consumer and the reviewer. That's a balance that I think I've got there. I think some of us have figured it out, but it's hard. It is hard being a reviewer to single out a product, a look that you're interested in, because you don't want to end up just showing bias towards a certain brand company at the same time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it is an awkward one. Sort of as a reviewer, as you said, you do have to be unbiased, and I understand what you're saying, but as a role which we have, we are supposed to be here, and we're supposed to be turning around and going, right, this product is good, this product is bad, and sort of X, Y, and Z. If a company comes to you and goes, right, these products are not ready, they're not being released, they're trial tins or whatever, then you do take that into consideration. That's completely fine. However, if a company comes to you and goes, right, this is our finished product, it's in its finished packaging, then at that point in time, you got to make that assessment. Sort of, for me, I make that assessment and go, right, well, if that's your finished product, I'm judging you on the whole finished product.
Well, look, I guess, all right then, a little insight into the way I review products. I guess it's maybe a little insider information if you want. So everything that you see on the channel has been not passed by the company to make sure they're okay with it. I'll have a conversation with the company first, especially if there's something negative that I felt was part of it, and I'll speak to them first. Tell them what my issue was, what I thought they could change to do differently, etc. Hobo Head, for example, and Dan would have vouched for me for this one as well. The Brian took everything that I said as a criticism, that I felt was a criticism, took all of it on board, and I don't know if it's okay to say or not, and he's not here to tell me otherwise, but he has a new range of products coming out really soon that have come off the back of both mine and Dan's up there, not up there, that mine and Dan's reviews, because we had similar experiences with the products that we used. So that for me is why I take things to the owners, so then they can make a decision. I'm still going to do the same review, that doesn't change, but they then get an understanding of, they get the option to communicate and see, well, what can I do different, what can I change, or just go, well, it's my product, tough shit. That's their prerogative, it's their product, tough shit, if that's what they want to do. But it gives them the option. And that's why I like to try and build those relationships between brands and companies.
I think that's a big telltale to see what the brand is, and like who the person is behind the brand. It's like I prefer negative criticism to positive, because positive stuff, I'm like, yeah, cool, great. It's good to know. It makes me feel good. It makes boost my ego, but I don't get anything from it. I want the ugly shit. What did you not like? What can I improve on? Because like, I'm not here to boost my ego. I'm here to give a good brand. That's what I'm here for. And if I can do to make it better, I'll welcome that constructive criticism and go, right, sweet, let's move forward from that. Thank you for that, you know. Yeah. And I think it's it can be hard, because me as like a brand owner, your ego does get tied in with your brand, and it's hard for it not to be. It's a natural thing for us to do, because
looking at your products and that, Andy, and looking at your brand, you'd never guess that, mate. You'd never. Yeah,
I know. But I think that's another important thing though as well. I think when you create a brand, it has to be you, because when you're doing social media content, it has to be natural. Like I won't like plan anything. I just do shit spur of the moment. And my brand kind of suits my personality. I think that's a really important thing. And but yeah, I think when you see a brand that doesn't take criticism too well, you can't see a lot of space for evolution within the brand. It's just going to kind of continue down that one linear path, rather than thinking, right, okay, I can improve this. I can do something better next time. I think that's a really important thing, really, really important thing. And I think that's kind of where I got that, because I did reviewing first, and then I went into make a brand. But I think that's helped me out quite a bit, to be honest. So,
Well, can I just say something on that fact? A while ago, Rusty had a bit of a giveaway, and I was fortunate enough to win it. I've got the products, and I wasn't entirely satisfied with it. I spoke to the company. I gave them the positives, I gave them the negatives, and I got fuck all back from them. Now, if people look on social media, they'll probably know what I'm talking about, but it's been taken over now. It's under new management.
Just say it, Johnny.
What the company? Black Box Beard Company.
never heard of them.
The nourishment qualities were all right, but the scent profile that I got was shit. About 30 minutes. That's it. 30 minutes. I smelled it in bottle. I thought, hey, this smells all right. Put it in my beard. Couldn't smell out. I put the butter in my beard. All I could smell was shea butter and cocoa butter. All I got were a chocolatey, nutty smell, which were really disappointing. Spoke to owners at the time. To be fair, they sent me out a balm and another butter of a different scent. But I give them my full, honest opinion of what the products were like, and they just absolutely ghosted me. Yeah. Now, as things have been taken over, I spoke to him yesterday, and he said, it didn't introduce himself. I asked him if he would, he didn't. I sent him the original message that I sent to Adam, who was the original owner, and he said, I'll speak with previous owners and see what they say. That's not what I want to hear. They've taken over the CPSRs, they've taken over the company, the brand. It's down to them now. I don't want to know what they have a conversation with somebody else. I want to know what they're doing as their owner. Andy, he sent me out some free stuff. The vanilla killer smelled totally different to what it smelled like in its original form when I first got it, when it was like a trial thing. And it turns out that there were, some mix up with the vanilla, and it's actually almond.
Yeah,
it smelled fucking brilliant.
Almond killer. Yeah. Almond killer.
Yeah. I'm not wearing VK, I'm wearing AK.
Yeah.
But we were totally honest about it and said, it were almond, not vanilla. Yeah. And the most important thing is he's got CPSR and he does it in small batches. So obviously it can relate everything back to which company certain stuff's come from. So that's all good.
Yeah.
I was really disappointed because I wanted to like it because it was free. I wanted to like it because it come from Rusty. But I couldn't just sit there and say, yeah, it's great. I had to say something. I was really disappointed that they just couldn't be arsed getting back to me. I thought, what a set of fucking planks.
But, I mean, on that, I did hear that it was more work than he realised it was gonna be, is what my understanding was. And he approached a lot of company owners to try and buy the CPSR off him, is my understanding of that whole situation. Mm-hmm. I don't know who, and he was trying to flog his CPSR essentially. At a fairly decent price, really? I think. But yeah.
But that's I had a conversation with Andy. Something that don't sit with me is if you're starting a company or a brand or whatever, it's got to be you. Why take somebody else's ideas because
man,
your ideas? I mean, I can't see Andy taking on Black Box Beard Company because that's not his vision. That's not what he wants to do. And the same with John. John's got some really good products. I mean, as far as feeling the beard and stuff, he's got some really, his products are probably the ones that make the beard feel the softest and well nourished because obviously it's got castor oil in it and it's quite a thick oil, which I've got a thick beard and it's really beautiful in it. why take someone else's ideas? If you want to create a beard brand, you know, it's like Andy said, it's got to be yourself.
Yeah.
I've seen a local company called is it the Yorkshire Gentleman?
Yorkshire Gentleman, yeah.
And he describes his stuff as beard gravy. Now, if you're not northern, you might not understand this, but we love fucking gravy. Alt with gravy. You know, you've seen Peter Kay. He'll have gone through his fish shop routine and he says, "As the alt moist."
Even baby gravy.
Really?
Yeah, baby gravy, whatever. I'll have some of that.
2 minutes ain't a piss.
Yeah, I want to go as well. I'll be back in a minute, lad.
No worries. So that's just me and you then, Dan.
Yeah, it is. Everyone always a way. To be fair, like I said, Andy's normally he has a habit of pissing on camera and just.
I think Andy has. I watched last week and I've been on, like you say, live streams with you guys before. I think he has a child's bladder. It's the only explanation.
Pretty much, yeah. He's not. Yeah, he hasn't got much to it. So Annette was just said she didn't know that CPRs could be traded. This
is something for you owners. The only ones that can really answer that would be you guys, like you and John and stuff like that. Like, how does that work? Because I was really confused when I heard that it was being offered across. Like, how is that even an option? That I guess you can't do anything to it though, can you? It's not like you get someone else's CPSR and you can tweak it. It is what it is.
But this is so for me. This is where I'm not 100% sure on it. So as you said, it is better. I thought, fucking hell, used to have got tiny bladders. Seriously, but no, you're right. So I mean, does it have to? Because technically, with regards to Blackbird. Well, I can't remember what the name is.
Black Box Beard Company. Yeah,
because technically it hasn't changed companies. It's actually stayed with the same company. All that's changed is the person ultimately behind it.
Yeah.
So what's that? It's called it's like, I can't remember what it's called now. But basically there's one person who is the responsible person behind that company.
It's a bit like being the leaseholder at a pub.
Yeah. So basically, on the reports there is that one person. So it's like, I think it's called the responsible person. Something like
we
that.
talk about pubs. It's called the designated premises supervisor. So it's a similar thing with CPSR stuff, but I don't get that. I don't get why you would buy it off someone else. I mean, especially if it's not working. Why would you do that? It doesn't make sense. Like, I mean, me as a business owner, if I made some products and they were shit, I take that as that's the cost of business. You fucked it up. It's your fault. It's not a good product. Take that as your cost. Make another one. CPSR assessment, it's not that expensive. It can be a bit, but I mean,
so John,
it's a bit strange to me.
So John, that to request a modification, would that be to? Could you modify the carrier blend, or is it just scent profiles, or what? If you know the answer, that would be like super helpful. Like, it would be good to know that, to be honest.
Any change, whether it's scent profile or carriers, it's like it's all part of the package. So like whatever you change, if it's carriers or scent, it's the same thing. You have to do a different one.
So if a company discontinues one of the scents you use, and you have to change it for someone else, you have to then go through that process again to change it, or?
I'm not 100%. So say for example that when I do my CPSR testing, I get your base product, which is your carriers, and then you can get 6 variations on that. So that your variation is your scent profile. I don't know whether you can contact them and trade it out. It depends on what company you use, I think, whether you can do it or not. But I mean, I think for me, if I didn't like something, I just get it redone. I just start from scratch, you know.
Yeah. All right. So I want to move on to a few questions for you guys. So we will jump back onto a few questions which are coming through. But I've got a few questions for you guys. So these are quick fire questions. All I want from you is your answer and a very, very, very quick explanation as to why. So we're going to go we're going to go Rusty first, then we're going to go Johnny, and then we're obviously Rusty, Johnny, we all go all the way through. So Rusty, ready? First question: your best product which you've had and why? Quickly, go.
Not because they're in the chat, but Face Fur Beard Care oils are very good, and same as the balms. They're almost a mix between they're almost a hybrid. So I enjoy them.
Perfect. Right, Johnny, best product. Why?
Big fat beard. I just enjoy the castor oil. My beard sucks it, so it's great stuff, and it fills my beard. My beard feels nice and soft.
Sean.
Perfect. Right, Rusty, worst product which you've used. Go.
Well, we spoke about this.
Technical errors. Technical issues.
No. Look. I don't give a shit, guys. Midas Beard Care. Don't even, if they ever approach anyone in the chat, anyone sees the don't fucking waste your time. They're a bunch of cowboys. Best all the gear, no idea. That's the best way to describe them.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. The company with the great packaging looks good, but then you open up and it's shit.
Yes, King.
Yeah, they came to me. Hey, King Johnny, you got some free beer products? Nah, you're all right, pal. Fuck off.
It's the King part that gets me. King, what the fuck is that? What the fuck?
It's almost like they're actually reaching down and grabbing hold of you, isn't it? That's what it's like.
Fuck off. Oh.
So, all right, Rusty, who is the best reviewer around at the moment? Come on, go for it. Who's your favourite?
Do you know what? I don't have a favourite, but I probably watch everything Johnny puts up, just because it's like a family. It's like me and the wife sit down and laugh our asses off for 20 minutes, so it's nice. But probably for overall content and honesty and the way they deliver theirs would probably be Cogger's Corner, I think.
Cogger's.
Right now.
Johnny, who's your favourite reviewer at the moment? For any reason, whatever you want it to be.
Me.
There you go. I'm happy with that. Right, so contradict to that.
I quite like Rusty. It's pretty straightforward. It's pretty honest. He gives it, he wears his heart on his sleeve and stuff. I mean, when it came to that Midas review, you could tell he was fucking torn about giving them bad feedback, but it felt like it was important, and I think that's really important when it comes to reviews. The fact that he's willing to, even though you could see he was torn, he still wanted to let people know that they were absolutely dog shit.
Okay, Big Fat was just saying your woodshop review is probably the best ever, and I will admit to that. That was fucking brilliant. How you did that?
The only sad thing about that review was that you guys know, you've all recorded YouTube videos. You know how long that took him to put together, and the fact that he can't emulate that for every video is what's so sad, because it was unbelievable.
You were right.
Right. So, contradictory to that, who's your worst reviewer? I'll give you a buy on that if you want, but I'm 10 seconds to answer. Oh, come on.
What did you say there? Sorry, I missed that.
Who is your worst reviewer? Come on. Come on. I'll give you a buy if you need it. You only get one buy throughout the whole set of questions.
You don't know what's coming next.
Do you know what? Right, honestly, and now this might feel like a bit of a cop out, but I'm my own worst enemy. Like, I genuinely genuinely will record and watch and record and watch and delete and re-record, and that I would to cop out and to hide away from actually answering. I'm going to say myself, because I beat myself up over every video that is not good enough. The video, everything. It just So me.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Johnny, come on. Who is the one who you don't want to watch or read?
That's a pretty hard question, really. I can't say I shy away from watching anybody's reviews, really. I want to know what everybody's doing. I wouldn't really say I've got a bad reviewer.
Is there anyone you don't enjoy? Or are you sitting on the fence on this one?
I just don't have an answer for you, to be honest.
No,
with
you don't have one. All right, no problem. Right.
I'd have to say it's probably me, which is why I retired and started to make products instead.
Your video review was shit. I'm telling you now, Andy.
The only bit I looked forward to peace out.
Have beard in base and peace out, or whatever Andy used to say.
I think look, right, in honesty, I appreciate how difficult it is to jump online, to record your own face, to edit the video together and to put it out for people to see. Yes, there are some people that I watch or have watched or don't watch anymore because, like, why fucking bother is probably the simplest way to put it. But I'm probably like one beer away from that question. Me just diving an hour in to just
we're gonna ask
let's car park that one. We'll come back in a few minutes. Yeah.
All right. Tell you what.
Yeah.
So
actually, on that subject, like, there's one thing, like, obviously I've done reviews. I get it. Like, there's one thing that irritates me in reviews is when there's no they keep repeating the same descriptive words. It's really nice. It's really good. It smells nice. Yeah, it's really good. Well, why does it smell good? What about it? What does it like? What does it give you? What does it make you? Why do you like it? Does it give you a sense of nostalgia? Is it something in that you really like? What is it?
And that's a conversation. That's a conversation that me and Dan have had, because in terms of scent duration, it's not something I hold as being really, really high on my list of why I bought that product. So if I smell something and it makes me feel a way, or makes me, there's some sort of emotive connection to that smell. Yeah, I love that product more than something that lasted me 2 days. It just smelled constant. All I could smell was that. So if I fall in love with a product because of the way it made me feel, that means more to me than how long it lasted.
Absolutely. That's one thing I had with Tart and Tail, apple spice and everything nice. It reminds me of mulled cider.
Like Christmas markets.
I used to take all my staff, like, every year. I used to manage bars and nightclubs in London. Every Christmas, I'd take them all out to Winter Wonderland, and we get smashed on mulled cider. And it's nostalgic. It just reminds me of good times, and that's what makes me like that product. And I think that's a big part of it. And I think that's what people need to include more in their reviews, like, not just the factual data. This is this is that. How does it make you feel? Why do you like it? Like, your personal opinion. That's why we follow different reviewers, and it's I think that's the most important part of it, I think.
Isn't that more sort of being descriptive rather than sort of putting an emotion into it? Because an emotion is personal preference rather than anything.
I think the emotion is easy to do with what I do and what Johnny does. It's easy to emote when the camera's pointed at you, and you can really, like Johnny said, when I did my Midas review, even when I watched that back, I could see that I was like, fucking, my ass was biting the fucking chair. Like, I hated it. But to emote with what you do, Dan, is super hard. Like, it's the hardest thing. Like, it's almost impossible for you to write a paragraph that I can do in under a minute with facial expressions and gestures and the way I feel in the moment that you just can never get across.
I have to use a lot of similes in order to put out my sort of emotion onto it. So I think my one was I had a reference to Andy with a Caribbean cutthroat. I can't remember what it was exactly, but there was some type of reference there. Whatever it was. But that's the only way which a writer of a reviewer can put it in. There has to be a lot of similes. There has to be a lot of description. It is hard, don't get me wrong, but then the same side of it, I can't do video reviews because I hate looking at myself, sort of doing this type of stuff. So generally, it's a balance between.
It's easy when you look like this, mate. It's easy.
Right. Anyway, I'm not finished with the question, so let's keep going.
No, that's cool, mate. You crack on.
Questions, can I give a shout out?
Yes, go for it.
I just want to say hello to Hayley Evans. It's Scott Evans' daughter. She watches all of us.
Yeah.
She'll be 12 shortly. And despite her being 12-year-old, she's what should we say? She's experienced in swear words and derogatory terminology, shall we say? But yeah, I just want to say hello to Hayley. Thanks for watching. I know you're 12-year-old and stuff, but make sure your dad covers your ears, will you?
What's up, Hayley?
Yeah, exactly. Hello. Right. So, Rusty, what company has the best branding? When I'm not talking about products, I'm just talking about social media presence, packaging, branding, and all that type of stuff. Who have you gone just like a magpie gone? What's your favourite?
Beard monsters.
Beard monsters. There we go.
Across the board, that's their social media presence. The Instagram is one of the prettiest that I've ever looked at in terms of a company, and all the branding, the white label, black label, everything. Just
Hold on, just putting this one out for you. Hayley, Big Fat Beard is going to send you a Big Fat Beard tee, and I'll tell you what we'll try and do at some point. We'll get a collab of my daughter Freya and Hayley in a layout picture or something like that where we together. And John, you can get that up for everyone to see.
I'll send them both some candles as well.
Go on.
yeah. If this prick just keeps fucking
candles away, fuck sake. Johnny, company with best branding, go for it.
Drummer's Call. I come from a military background. I think it's simple yet effective. Honestly.
Lovely. Right. Here's a question for you both. You can try and answer it at the same time. If you wasn't both ginger, would you get more likes on your reviews?
No.
You're a cheeky twat, aren't you? Look at this, eh? Come on.
This is ginger, boys. Like this is ginger.
I'm getting fucking bullied here.
Gingers will rule the world eventually, mate. Don't you worry about that.
They're going to take over.
Is it true that you don't have a soul?
That's not true. Do you know what? Genuinely, for comedic purposes, I was gonna do like to squash ginger like stereotypes video on to like a review style. Like I was really tempted, and I still really am tempted, just for comedic value. Like, you know, yes, I can go outside during the day. That's okay. For maybe for shorter periods than the rest of you, but I can. It's okay. As far as I know, I have a soul. Can you tell me if you do?
I don't. I definitely don't.
We lost that long time ago. Just everyone get his nipples out and pretend to go Rudolph.
Yeah, it does. On my last on that video I recorded on TikTok today, I noticed that I'd been outside in 7 o'clock in the morning jogging, and I had incredibly red cheeks. There was no sun, but I still managed to get some sort of burn on my cheeks. It's ridiculous.
Well, my granddad, he's ginger, proper guar. A guar is a ginger with attitude. And My boots, they've got some attitude. But when I was younger, he went out in a white shirt and got sunburned, and he had like a shirt with 2 shirt pockets. When he took his shirt off, his shirt pockets were white and the rest of him were red.
When you're this ginger, a white shirt means only one thing. Everybody can see how pink your nipples are.
Well, it's not important being ginger, but my grandma, she's totally different. She's got gypsy blood, she has, and she looks at us and she just goes brown. Honestly, she went to Malta and they thought she was Maltese. They were all talking to her Maltese. She's like, I don't have a fucking clue what you're talking about.
Right, jumping on to the next one. Right, where are we? So, which brand has the biggest ego? Rusty, go for it.
Sorry, I had an itch. I was just dealing. No, do you know what? No. No, truthfully, he's got Lee just left. He's like, no. Truthfully, yes. Andy does have a big ego, but Andy he'll open his doors. He'll let you come in and have a chat, and then he'll just kick you out and do what he wants anyway. But he'll take on board what you said. A company like Midas, they don't, because in my opinion, and I will continue to say this until I'm fucking blue in the face, it's dropship. It's a dropship company. That shit is bought fucking big batch from China and just poured into bottles and sold to you poor bastards that are stupid enough to pay 25 quid for a 30ml bottle of piss. Like that's what it is. But no, it's companies. It's not an ego thing. It's a company like Midas that won't listen. That I take offence to. If that makes sense.
Johnny, what's yours? What brand has the biggest
ego? I had some technical difficulties there.
Ego, the ego is literally there, bro.
I tell you what, my brand with the biggest ego is Beardtings. I tell you why, because every time I talk to him, he knows how good his butter is, and it's not even a case of like he has got fantastic butters. I'm not even going to deny, but he knows it as well, and he fucking rubs it in so much. It's unbelievable.
On that point,
I don't mind a company that's got a big ego when they know that the products are good and you know that the products are good. It's when someone's got an ego and the products are absolute dog shit. Yeah. Like, oh, it's got going. No, it's fucking not.
Tell me your company.
You might sound he's got a big ego and stuff, and he goes on about his packaging and blah, blah, blah. But to be fair, it's the best packaging around. You might go on about Beardtings saying he's got the best butter, but he's got the best fucking butter.
Yeah. Now I can't yet comment if it is the best butter because I haven't yet tried it. I've got it here and it's on the list of things to do. But when I was trading off some products on Coggers Corners that page. I forget what it's called. That's my mistake. And Beardtings actually approached me and they were like, you know, I'll buy that from you. Or would you prefer the best butter ever made? That was the message I got, and I was like, I misread it, and I actually thought they were trying to trade me Rune Silk's Dark Night, and that was my mistake, and I misread. I didn't know I didn't know that's who I was speaking to because it was a personal page rather than like, and I was like, oh yeah, I've already got that. Yeah, I've already got that. No, and then I went, oh, fuck, I don't. I've made a mistake here, and I had to try and backpedal. I think it worked because I ended up getting it here, so it worked out all right.
So, come on, Johnny, tell me a company. You can't pass on this one. Biggest ego.
Like I say, I don't think ego is ego's not a massive thing for me as long as they've got the
balls to back it up.
Yeah, pretty much. As long as they can back it up, I don't really care. Like Andy, for me, he's got the best packaging. Beardtings, for me, he's got the best butter. John, for me, is combo of oil and balm. That's the best combo.
I can't wait to try John's butter, because if he puts that much care and attention into oils, balms, everything else that came before the butter, I'm excited to see just how good that butter's going to be with John.
I totally agree. I mean, I like Andy's stuff. I really like it. I like John's stuff. For me, that's the best in beard feel for me. Andy's stuff, don't get me wrong, it's fucking shit up, but John for me just pips it to the post.
I love his pasta. It's so good.
The stuff. I mean, it's when it comes to Odin's beard, he's got castor in it, and especially his butter. I wear that quite regular on a daily basis, especially now with it being February, and it being that cold, sharp air. I just find the castor in the beard butter.
Yeah. Absolutely,
just gives it that extra bit that it needs. I mean, it depends on what time. I mean, if I'm starting work at 4:30, 4 o'clock, 4:30, and it's going to be fucking brisk, then I'll stick that in. If I'm starting at 9, 10 o'clock and I know I've got all day, then I'll stick big fat bearding because I know it's going to last me all day. If I want to treat wife, I'll stick Andy's stuff in. All these different brands have got all their own little quirks, and it depends on the time and the place as to what I wear stuff. I mean, just as an all-round general one, I'll wear Drummer's Cock. That's got castor oil in and stuff, and the balm's got a really good hold.
The Drummer's Cool butter, the lemon is very, very good. Very good.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I don't want to say this as an harsh thing, but Rune Silk's Dark Night beard butter, I'd prefer that in a like a daytime sort of scent, because I feel it's a bit too claggy for a nighttime. I mean, I know it's a whipped butter and stuff like that, but I just feel for a nighttime it's a little bit too thick.
It's the cocoa. The cocoa butter is very thick on it, yeah.
Whereas through the day, if you want that through the day, it'd be fucking spot on. As long as it had like a daytime scent, like if it were Revolution or Air or whatever else, I think it'd be spot on. But just for nighttime, I just think it's that little bit too thick to go to sleep in.
See, this is amazing to have like us four personalities here talking about this stuff, because all four of us have a very, very different type of beard.
Yeah.
We have a very, very different type of beard. So, whereas the Rune Silk Dark Night butter for me is to this point, that's to this point right now, without trying some of the other stuff that I've got here, is in my top 2 that I've ever tried.
Yeah.
For all the opposite reasons to what Johnny just said, that at night time it gives me great nourishment through the night. I wake up the next day, I sleep like a fucking baby when I use it. And that's what I accept. I accept, though, that my opinion on a product will differ to the 3 other people, for instance, that are in here. I accept that my opinion is going to be different to those people. That's why I watch Johnny's reviews, read Dan's reviews. I used to feel compelled to watch Andy's reviews, just like. But I accept that about this community, is that no 2 beards. It's a bit like a snowflake, I guess. You get many of them in your chat, but no 2 of them are the same. You know what I mean? Like no 2 beards are the same. So something that works really well for me is gonna a thinner beard or is gonna be shit. It's gonna be shit. It's not gonna work as well. But you have to accept that in this community, is that something that I find excellent, you might think is shit.
Right. Last question. Okay. So Rusty, you're gonna go first on this. If you could take one aspect of Johnny's reviewing style and adapt it to your own, what would you take? And then Johnny, that'll be the same back to Rusty.
That for me is super easy, so easy as well. The way that Johnny approaches the comedic side of his review, I find at times I'm too much like a robot, and having that edge like Johnny's got would it wouldn't set me apart, because then it'd just make me the same as that fucker down there, wouldn't it? But if I could be a little bit funnier at times, that would be nice.
There you go.
That's it.
Johnny, so the comedic aspect. Johnny, if you could take one aspect of Rusty and adapt it into your own, what would you do?
I know Rusty has some in-depth conversations with different beer companies. I don't always have that chat with them. I basically just get the product and tell you what I think about it. But I know Rusty will speak to companies and, he'll go to and fro and stuff like that, which is something that I really need to get on board with, really. So for me, it'd be just having, a proper dialogue with the company.
The behind the scenes type stuff, basically.
Yeah.
But Johnny, that comes with time, mate. I work 4 days on, 4 days off. So those 4 days off, I do a lot of. That's when I pick up all the things that I've left behind. Like, I apologise to Andy last night because I haven't posted too much in terms of Beardtings stuff, because I'm doing the raffle and whatnot. The sort of emphasis behind that is that I would spend the month posting this, that, and the other regarding Beardtings. But when I work, I shut off from social media. Then the days off I have, I dive back into it. So it's just a time thing, mate. And you're a busy man, so it's fine.
Lovely, right? So that's your questions done. So thank you, gents.
Right. Before we go, then we're going to do a question. We're going to do a question for Dan, right? Because he's just put us through the ringer. It seems only fair, right? It seems only fair.
And Andy.
No, Andy doesn't really review anymore, so he don't really count. No, right. I'll fire this one to the pair of you. You can both answer it your own. It's up to you. But your go-to. So you're not reviewing. You're not. There's nothing going on in your life. You are just opening your drawer, your cupboard, whatever it is. Your go-to.
Actually, my go-to is nothing. I actually quite like going natural. But no, I actually I do genuinely. I like to go a day or two actually wearing nothing, just because I review and I wear stuff so much. I actually like to have a day of just having nothing in my beard whatsoever. But if I'm going product-wise, I've got two go-tos at the moment, and it's actually Ace of Blades or Woodchop by Big Fat.
Do you know what? Without even, I could have picked. I feel like I could have picked them out as well.
They're just like they're kind of Ace of Blades for me is just because it's not overpowering and it's soft, it's subtle, and it's nice. It's so different, and I just like Ace of Blades. So that's kind of I've actually got it in now. It's just kind of my go-to, or Woodchop, just because I really, really enjoy it. And that's sort of my day sense. Nighttime, if I'm putting a butter in, because I tend to put a butter in the nighttime. It's normally the Rune Silk, because the Rune Silk After Dark, Dark Night, or it's the Beardolution After Dark. They're my go-to nighttime scents. I've just been actually, and you know what? There's one other one as well. Bart's Balm is a Scottish company, relatively unknown, and they've got like a very, very strong lavender scent. And I actually mix that in with the Dark Night or butter. And it just makes it massively strong on the lavender, stupidly strong. It's kind of, I shouldn't be doing it, but yeah, they're kind of my go-to. But yeah, Ace of Blades is Big Fat, and the Big Fat wood chopper. Just
Ace of Blades was my least favorite.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that's so cool how it's like everyone has. I mean, that goes back to what we were just talking about. Like everyone's got. That's what I love about this. Is like reviews are reviews. Like you can review certain things, but you can't review. You can review your personal preference, but it's different for everyone. Like, to be honest, I think of all my scents, I probably agree with you, Rusty. I think
there was this like back of the throat sharpness to Ace of Blades. Chris, you take care, my friend. I'll catch up with you soon, buddy. Yeah, there was this like back of the nose, back of the throat like sharpness to Ace of Blades that I just didn't get on with.
Yeah. I think it's the same for me. Like, I mean, I like all my scents. I mean, I designers obviously like them all, but there's always going to be ones I like more, I like least. I think for me, Ace of Blades is, I love it for one reason. It's like my background is nightclubs and bars, and I've drunk a lot of champagne, and I love champagne. And I like that scent because of the champagne. It smells fizzy, and it's nostalgic. It's a nostalgic scent. It brings me back to my old career. But then, like, that question you just asked, like, what's your go-to? I have two. I can split my go-to into two areas. One area is
Odin's beard butter.
Yes, I mean, and only one in particular is the honey, tobacco, and black pepper. There's something about that. It's a really autumn scent. It's just beautiful. I love it. But when it comes to like my own personal preference and my own time, my personal preference is just choosing random stuff. Waking up and saying, "How do I feel today? I fancy a bit of sugar beard iron brew because I love that shit. I'm going to use that today." Or waking up and going, right, I fancy a bit of tartan tail, fancy a bit of board biking, fancy a bit of this. I've got my own products, but I wear them just the same amount as I wear other products. I like that flexibility to try different stuff. So that's my personal time. But when it comes to spending time with my missus, it's always black oak. She is like an aphrodisiac. She loves it. And it's it pays off for me.
I did my review for your stuff on Vanilla Killer. There's a small part of me that wish I did it on the oak because mate, there is something very, very special about that scent.
Yeah,
it really is. And I'm not the type of person to blow smoke up your ass just because I'm talking to you, but there is something very good that could transfer to many different things. A cologne, you could wear that on a night out, absolutely. The candles, I can imagine that candle must be an absolute treat.
My girlfriend's got it on in the room right now. I love it.
It's I kind of, there's a part of me that wishes Vanilla Killer wasn't your flagship, because that one, if that was the one that you were just forcing down everyone's throat, it's unbelievable, really good, so good.
It's good, man. And I feel I'm the same boat as you with my scent. So Vanilla Killer is my baby. It's the first one I nailed. I love it. I really love Vanilla Killer. But Black Oak for me is just, it's my favorite. It's something about it. It's just. And for me, it's got that, again, it's got that nostalgic feel. So like I used to manage bars, like cocktail bars. I love my cocktails. I love developing cocktails. And that one was heavily influenced by a cocktail we used to do. It was a plum old fashioned. We used to do a plum rum old fashioned. So plum and rum, and I just tested with that for ages and got like other ingredients to go with it. And it's just a full bodied aphrodisiac.
It's a beautiful scent that's done very well, and you get each. I don't know how you guys feel about like some of those complex scents. You don't always get all of the complex scent, the fragrances in, but I feel like the dark oak, you pick up at some point each and every one of those scents, which is quite rare, I think.
I find that like you get hit with the plum first, and then later on you get the dark chocolate, and after a good few hours you get that kind of those base notes, the patchouli and stuff, and I don't know, it just works good. I think that is Vanilla Killer was my first one, but if I'm honest, Black Oak's my masterpiece. I fucking love that. That's where I hang my hat.
I tell you what, actually, I've got a question for you two. Actually, so what company, if you could go to a company and go, right, I want your product, what company would you go to? And I tell you what, I tell you mine. Mine is actually Face Fur, which I am lucky enough I will be getting. I actually spoke to them ages ago on Bearded Bear reviews, and at the time they wasn't looking for any reviews. But mine is Face Fur. I was desperately trying to sort of review their stuff. But if you could go to any company at all, what
Do you
company?
mean something that we haven't tried that we really want to
Yeah,
try?
which you haven't tried, someone you haven't tried yet, but you are desperate to go, I would actually really, really like to review your stuff. Is there a company which you would do that to?
For me, it's a newcomer to the industry, guy from London. It's called it's like, how am I going to put it? It's London Beard Club. Like, let me have a look. Hold on. I need to fucking have a look at what it's basically a CBD beard oil and beard balm, London Beard Culture, and the guy is sound as fuck. I've been speaking to him for ages, and he wasn't a reviewer. He was a beard tip guy. He'd do videos on how to trim your beard, what's good for your beard. He never reviewed anything. He just spoke about beards, and he's just launched his own company, London Beard Culture. I haven't used his stuff. I've been speaking to him. We're gonna do some collab stuff, but I really, really want to try his stuff just because it's all CBD infused. And eventually, I want to do a CBD bottle, and I want to try his stuff. It looks really cool.
So, Rusty, if you could get your hands on anyone, who would it be?
It's a really difficult one, mate. I think I've been fairly privileged that every company I've kind of looked at or looked for at some stage of their development, I feel like I've had the products. Man, that's a brutal question.
Right, tell you what, have a think about it. We'll jump on to Johnny. Johnny, is there anyone which you'd love to get your hands on?
I hate to say this, but it's American. Copper Johns.
Copper Johns.
Yeah, it's Nightfall scent because I watched Dan C, despite you thinking he's an arrogant cunt. I watched Dan C and his missus's review, and as soon as she smelled it, she's like, boom, that's his date night scent. And obviously, he's quite a big reviewer and he's smelled quite a lot of stuff. And for her to have that reaction to that's something that I won't mind trying myself. I know we try to keep it UK based, and there's all these different UK companies popping up, and we want to try to review as many as possible, and give the UK audience's opinion on different scents and stuff. But that's for me, that's the one that I want to try the most this year is Nightfall by Copper Johns.
That do you know what, mate? I think there's a part of me that agrees with you there, because those inland sea minerals that he uses, you just don't see that shit anywhere else. There's no company in the world that's gone that deep into looking to what can be beneficial and found something as unique and as quirky as the inland sea minerals. The only problem I find for companies like that across America, especially, we're talking about the emu oils and the all those types, is that eventually America's gonna it's gonna clamp down on that shit, and all of those companies just are gonna disappear. You can't tell me that. I don't know. Inland sea minerals, I guess, are very, very natural. I can't see anything in that a CPSR would say no, you can't use. But then there's the emu oils and the other things that.
Yeah, but you could probably use emu oil within a CPSR. There's probably nothing wrong with it. But
it's not called emu oil. It's called emu.
emu.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, I mean, you could probably use it, but it's yeah, it's a bit of a funny one. And I mean, something which I was speaking to John from Big Fat a little while ago. And I'm not going to bring this question up yet. But so obviously what we do, we review, and we don't charge companies. Like we just go out and we go, right, I'll review your product if you want me to.
But at what stage do you think that you've got a big enough?
Well,
when do you say, actually, yes, your review is going to cost you, it's going to cost 200 quid, is going to get me to review your product?
Well, this is the question. So Dan C. Bearded charges £400 for a review.
Yep.
Dollars, $400.
But he isn't the most expensive from what I know. I've heard of a reviewer that it's $1,000.
Jesus, man.
Is
to
that
get your product on his channel.
That beard tube?
Yes.
But this is the thing. I think that's where it crosses the line. There's a difference between a review and an advertisement. There's a review. A review is a review, and there's an advertisement. It's different. It's different. I think it's different.
I'll be honest. I don't like Dan C. Bearded's stuff. He knows his stuff. I'm not going to deny that.
And it's a really cool guy. I was talking about a while ago. Really.
But his presentation behind it, I find, is extremely poor. Maybe because it's like an American thing versus a British thing.
I tell you that from time to time, Dan, it feels like, I got a lot of respect for you as a person, as a reviewer. And sometimes it feels like you want to go against the grain. And I don't want that to come across as me being an arsehole. No. But Dan C. Bearded spends more time researching one single carrier oil than a lot of us spend looking into an entire review of a product.
I completely understand.
I think he spends more time looking at stuff than I do looking at porn, and that's a long.
I've never said Dan C. Bearded doesn't know his stuff. He knows his stuff, and he's extremely knowledgeable. And I still think everyone has a lot to learn about him, and that's not my issue. I just find his presentation, the way he presents himself, is just he's overly arrogant. He knows his stuff, and he knows his stuff, and it's not good enough. Yeah. And at the end of the day, and this is kind of almost the way which we present ourselves sort of on here now. Yes, we know our shit, okay, and we may not know as much as what he does. Okay, well, we pretend we know our stuff. Okay, we're English, we're good bullshitters, but at the end of the day, no matter whether you know your stuff or not, it's the way you present yourself. And once again, it comes back to branding. I don't like his branding, and it's the way you put yourself out. I don't feel kind of like he's almost approachable. And maybe that's just the way I am. Maybe that's just the way because I've seen the way he approaches companies.
Do you know what? Now that you've gone a little bit more into it, I can get on board with what you're saying. I can. I can. But going back to your getting paid for reviews, just while we've got a few companies in the chat, question for you guys: out of the four of us here, you wouldn't pay any of us. You wouldn't pay any of us to do a review for you, right? It's not.
I've got a good answer for that. The only time I would pay, and it's one of those input versus output, a business decision, input versus output. What am I going to pay? What's it going to get me? And then you've got to look at who's doing your review. What's their audience? Is their audience first of all, what's the size of their audience? But also, where is their audience? Is that where it is? How much did it cost me to send it there? Also, is their audience is it full of people that would actually like my product? It's what's the return on investment on that review advertisement? So I think I would pay, but it depends on what is my analysis on that person, on their review style. Will it work? Will it get me a return? Because I believe in paid adverts. I mean, you have to, as a businessman, you have to pay for adverts. especially this day and age. But then when it comes to a reviewer, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to pay for reviews. I want it to be open and honest, and I'm happy to send my stuff for free for reviews. I'm happy to do that, but I don't know. Paying for a review, it's.
Can I give my opinion as a reviewer? Right. So when I was younger, I did 18 years worth of Thai boxing, and I started getting good. I started getting to paid fights, shall we say, and I lost interest because it went from being a hobby to a job. When I was younger, I used to race motorbikes. When I was 16, I was in British Supermoto Championships, and it went from being club racing to racing where I had a sports psychologist who would fucking review how I were riding and how my mental health were. I lost interest. As a reviewer, I enjoy just buying products and just reviewing them for fun of it. If someone wants to send me something for free, fantastic. But I never ask someone to pay me to review the product. If someone wants to send me something for free, like yourself, Andy, you give me those stuff for free. You know, if I decided there was shit, I'd say, look, the shit. If I decided that I liked them, I'd say I liked them. But I don't expect to be paid for my opinion. You know, just free beard products is enough for me. And if I have to buy them, I have to buy them. I've no problem with that. I'm a working class lad. I have no preconceived ideas. I have no expectations. I mean, beard lotion is beard butter is the best I've ever tried. I paid for it, but the reason why I pay for it because that's in my opinion. It's not a paid opinion. If you get what I mean.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah,
I think
Johnny, you got to try this product. I say, yeah, I'll try it. How much is it going to cost? Fuck all. Just send me the product. I'll try it for you.
Yeah,
that's it.
I think another thing to remember as well is when it comes, there's a big difference between small batch beard companies and big beard companies that have a lot of fucking money in corporate, backing with investors. Like me, for example, John will vouch for this, and I'm sure everyone else who owns a brand, like myself, will vouch for this. I'm a one-man band. It's just me. For me to start this company, so lockdown happened, lost my job. For me to start this company, I sold my car. I invested all my savings. I was about to buy a house. Chose not to. Chose to take a risk. Invested everything into this. So like I look at my P&L, I look at my business account, just thinking, right, what can I afford? Shit, you're scraping by every month. What can I want to develop new products? So I need to save every penny I possibly can to invest into growing the business. So like if I'm going to be, I'm happy to send myself out for free in that, but then it's like to pay for reviews, it's like it's a risk, and it's where's like your money best spent. And for me, it's developing good products, sending it out for free, having people review it, tell me your feedback and how can I improve it. Spending money on stuff, it can be tough because we don't have a lot of money. Like I put all my savings into this stuff. And you've got to be really careful about it because you can easily go bust, especially in this day and age.
Do you know? I'm glad that John's got an opinion on this because I think the setup that John has at Big Fat is a setup that I've pitched to other companies that I think would benefit from that kind of setup. So the fact that John has his ambassadors and whatnot that he sends his stuff out to, and from what I understand and the way I look at things, none of them are particularly biased just because they're an ambassador. They seem very standoffish. They'll be very honest about the things that they receive from John, and the fact that he has that little network is super beneficial to John. It means that he can tweak products and play with products until the cows come home, using these guys as guinea pigs. And that's not by design. That's not because he wants guinea pigs. He's met a group of people that are like-minded, that think along his lines, etc. And he's managed to he uses them to use his product and create the best possible product that he can. And it's something I would urge so many companies to do, to find like 4 or 5 guys that that are a fan of you, that not because you send them shit for free, but they're a fan of the products that you make, and they'll give you honest feedback every time you send them something, whether it's like, this is the fucking worst thing I've ever put on my face, I honestly felt like my skin was gonna peel off, to this is the greatest thing ever, and everything in between. And that's why John produces great stuff, because he has great honest people around him. That's just my opinion.
That's, as you said, that's not always the case. It's because there are honest people out there who obviously want to tell him the truth. You are going to get ambassadors who are going to just say, yeah, it's amazing, and that's it. I think it's something which so Face Fur have done, and obviously you know I'm very involved in the community. I know a lot of which kind of goes on, and Face Fur have been sending their stuff out to people to get honest reviews, and I've sort of known that they've been what feedback they've been getting, and it's all very, very positive with something which they're going to be coming out very soon. But that's the only way which you're going to know whether your product is actually any good, is whether you can get actually honest feedback, and whether that is by your ambassadors or whether that's through people within the community. You have to trust that sort of information which you're getting back, and it's a very fine line between having people which you know who's going to give you honest feedback and people which are going to just be yes men, if you know what I mean, and just say, yeah, that's amazing, and it's genuinely not. And I've had just enough. I think I've just had just enough alcohol now to call out those yes men as well.
Are we going back?
we will go back. However, before we go there, I want to touch on this question, which has been brought to us. So when someone gets paid for a review and they don't like it, how can you explain that? So
I'd like to think that person's got a set of bollocks.
I was literally,
and that's the reason why.
About to say that. Literally about to say that.
Because if you put 500 quid in my bank account and said, do a review for me, and the product was shit, I'm still gonna tell you it's shit.
Yeah.
Regardless of the 500 quid.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something which as reviewers, there are different ways which. Companies say to us, "Oh, look, you can do like an affiliation code," which obviously with every review, which every positive, it's not. That's not the way to explain it. So with every code which is used, we get a kickback. Obviously, that's how an affiliation code works. That's great.
But then that's the difference between being paid by a company and to have. So
there is a slight difference, but that is another way of getting the kickback.
It's another variation, for sure. So
obviously you can do that, but you can do the same. You can say it's an amazing product, and then you may lure people in to get the product, and then you get some type of kickback. And the same as sort of that initial outlay of turning around and going, right, I'm going to charge you whatever £100 to do this review. And then if you say it's shit, you say it's shit. But if you don't get nothing off of it, then it doesn't matter because you've already got your money. At the end of the day, the way we do it, it's very much a case of we just, if we pay for our products or if we get sent a free product, great, fantastic, even better. And it's a case of we give honest reviews. And it's an opinion. At the end of the day, it is an opinion. If you can turn around and go, right, I think your product's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not. But it's very much a case of have the bollocks to stand there and go, right, this is my opinion. And you kind of go from there. And sort of as sort of Face Fur, as Annette's just said, every review which these companies do, their hearts are in their mouth because you're going to be getting feedback and it's going to be going out to the public one way or another.
On that note, it's the same for me as a reviewer.
Yeah, of course
as
it is.
well. See, that's the difference. See, so because there's no fucking person that pays me any money to do this.
Yeah.
So when I do it, I'm putting everything out there for someone to fucking scrutinize. So if a company comes back to me and they're like, what you said, I hate what you said, everything's shit, like that would, like, you probably wouldn't see a review out of me for a couple of months, because that would just knock me right back. And I like to feel that what I say and the things that comes out and the reviews and the honesty is just exactly that. It's my opinion. It's honest, and it's free for everyone to listen to. But it isn't to the point where I feel that it's going to be negative, that it's going to impact me as an individual.
I think for me, it's all about managing your own expectations. And so for me, when I send my stuff out, I'm not expecting a good review. I'm not expecting a bad review. I'm expecting the honest and open opinion from the person that I sent it to. And that's what it's all about. And then when you mix that in with paying for it, you've got to remember, like, what are you paying for? I mean, let's, like, when you're going to send your stuff out to someone and pay them for a review, manage your expectations. Are you paying for an advert, or are you paying for a review? Set that out in stone before you do it, and then you're going to know what's going to happen. If you're paying money for a review and the reviewer said, you can pay me for this, but I am going to give you my honest opinion. And I've been offered reviews for money, and they have said to me, I'm going to give, I don't care, this is what I charge, but just to spell it out to you, I'm going to give you my honest and open opinion. Yeah. And then if I pay for that and it's really bad, I'm not going to go, oh, fucking that shit. Like, okay, cool, I'm going to accept that because that's what it is. And and that's the thing, I wouldn't pay for a review that's going to be good because I'm paying for it. I want an open and honest review, and that's the whole point. It's a gamble, it's a risk. How big are your balls? How confident are you in your product? If I'm going to send some stuff out to, say, like Dancy Beard, and he wants to charge me 400 quid for a review, I'm only going to do it if I know my product is fucking amazing. Well,
you send your product to America, right? That's 50 notes, 400 notes on Dan to do you a review, right? That means he's got to make you a bare minimum of 500 sterling
to make it work
for you to see anything off that.
Depending on your gross profit margin on your products as well. Like for me, probably about 600 quid worth of sales, 700 quid worth of sales.
But his reach as well. His reach is phenomenal.
Yeah. So
he's got the reach to be able to put that out there. So it is a way up of whether the reviewer is actually worth the money which they're trying to put in.
It's a business decision. It's how confident are you in your products? How good are they? Is it going to be worthwhile? But also, there's a gamble in there as well. I don't know the reviewer's personal preference. Are they going to like my stuff? My stuff's good. Most people say it's good. But that one person I'm paying, are they really not going to like it? Am I going to waste some money? It's input versus output again.
Exactly.
You got to weigh it up, and also you've got to be prepared. You've got to be prepared and ready for damage control to someone to say it's shit. It's going to happen. Someone's not going to like the shit.
My opinion, my personal opinion, and I'm a reviewer, which means at some point some fucker's going to say to me, "Here's some money." Like if I get to that stage, but I don't want to be paid. Facts, that's truth, Johnny. I don't know what you feel, mate. But I don't want a company to approach me and say, "Here's 100 quid. Will you review my product?" I want to. I want nothing tying me into saying it's good. I want to be able to give to my community, my little community, that when I say it's good or bad or shit or whatever I say, I want them to know that it came from me, not because someone gave me some money.
No, I'm I mean, if I had 35,000 subscribers, I'd still say, look, if you want to send your product out for free, send it out for free. I'll give you my honest feedback, but I don't want paying for it because, like I've said previously, I've done tire box, I've done racing. It's gone from being a hobby to a fucking chore. This for me is a hobby. Like, Spartan Marriott will tell you, you know, it started getting anxiety, it started overthinking stuff.
Yeah.
To me, this, I do it because I enjoy it. I don't do it as a job. I don't do it to get paid. You know, if Andy's products were shit, I'd say, Andy, your products are fucking shit. And you don't have to pay me to say that because I don't expect to be paid. It's just a hobby. It's just something I enjoy doing.
I've got to go for a piss. I'll be back.
I enjoy the bearded community. That's why I've still. That's why I've joined Blackshire Vikings, because I've come across some fucking great people.
Yeah.
It's not a job to me. My job is driving a fucking bus. That's my job. You know, my hobby is reviewing beard products, and I don't want to be harsh with people. I don't want to, give companies, I don't want to say to them, oh yeah, it's great, blah blah blah. But I just feel, for me, it's a hobby, and my honest opinion will come through regardless whether the product's good or whether it's bad. I don't want any money from it, because then it becomes a fucking chore. Then I was thinking, you know what? I like look at that bottle. I'll buy that. Yeah, it smells good. Oh, it smells shit. Here's my feedback. And like with Andy, I said to him straight away, this smells different than this. And Andy said, oh, it's leather. But I saw Sean, aka Trinity Beards, and he said, fucking hell, that smells a bit woody, doesn't that? It smells different to what I've got. That's totally different batch, with something totally different.
Yeah, man, that was a nuts one.
We both agreed, fucking hell, this is brilliant, is this?
Yeah. That was a blessing in disguise. So what happened with that is my supplier for vanilla sent me out a bottle that was labeled vanilla, and I've made my vanilla killer a bunch of times, so I know the exact measurements I do. I make it out, done, and it wasn't until I sent it out that I smelled it myself, and I was like, that smells very different. And they sent me vanilla, a bottle, but it had almond in it. I was like, it still smells really fucking good, but it's different. And it wasn't until because a couple of people said, and I noticed myself, I was like, that's wrong. So everyone I sent it to, I recorded them all, sent them out the proper one. And not only did I it's good to get the feedback because it actually allows me to fucking realize what's wrong, but also that has inspired me to create a new scent with almond now. I want to do something with almond because it fucking smells good. And that's the whole point. That's what I love about this. The community is brilliant. You get great feedback. And it's like people genuinely want to help you. Like, they want to help you. And it's like, value that opinion from people. And it's good, man. I love it. It's good shit.
I sent you a message saying, fucking hell, this smells nowhere near vanilla killer.
Yeah.
You said, oh, I've changed out leather, and I thought, fucking hell, it's made a massive difference because it's leather. And then I spoke to yourself, I spoke to Dan, and I said, oh, it smells totally different. It smells a bit like jewel. The crispiness you get from the fragrance, it smells like an aftershave.
Yeah.
I couldn't send it to Dan because he's down in Kent. But then obviously Sean came on. Sean smell this, like, fucking hell, that smells well good. That's because the vanilla were replaced by almond.
Yeah.
I've got a great question.
A million miles away, it's obviously smelling like, oh, fucking hell, that's well good, is that?
Yeah, yeah.
I've got a great question by John, which I want to jump on the quick. So, what makes a reviewer credible? So, if you're there, opinion. So obviously it's all based on opinions. We're all there. We're all giving our opinions. But why? Why is your opinion better than Dan C. Bearded, or why is Dan C. Bearded better than mine? Obviously, Dan C. Bearded should never be better than Dan D. Bearded. Let's be totally honest.
All right. This question is almost like an audition for each of us to say to John, "Send me your product." That's kind of what this is, right? So, if you were to send me, John, if you were to send me some product for you for me to put on my YouTube channel, the reason that would be beneficial to you is because what I say is it's purely my opinion. But it's not like I go and watch other people's reviews and cherry pick things that they say. It's my honest and complete pure opinion. Now, having said that, you might not fucking like my opinion. That's the key thing right there. Is yes, me and John get on. We speak from time to time outside of reviewing, just a hello, how are you? Not that often, mind, but if you want someone to review your product, you need to know that they're a decent person. You need to have an opinion of them.
Yep.
Not just send some random fucking guy a bunch of stuff and say, please say good things about. Like, you need to know that this guy, you need to have seen a bunch of their videos beforehand.
Yep.
See, John was quite early on my review spectrum, if you want. It was probably in the first, so within the first 10 products that I tried. The same as Net at Facefair. She was actually like the first time I ever tried Facefair was the second review I ever did on my YouTube channel. So for me means a lot. That Net comes back repeatedly and wants me to review products again. It means that I did something right when I reviewed their products. And that it's hard. Don't pay a fucking reviewer. There's too many of them.
No, yeah.
Don't pay them.
We're not talking about paying. We're talking about credibility. So
I've got a couple of things I want to add into this credibility for reviewer thing. I think absolutely, as you know, as just said, you know, honesty, openness, and that is a big thing. But I also do think I've done reviewing myself and now in a company. I think that there's little things that we overlook. I think the quality of the actual review, like what's the video quality, what's the audio quality, how much effort they putting in. Are they just saying it's good? Are they going into it more in depth? How deep do they go in? What research they do? Also, the person themselves, are they influential? Is that person influential? Is that someone I want to look up to? Do they look good? How does their beard look? Do they have a good beard? Like if I want to like look at a review, like do they have a good beard? Like if someone's reviewing something, they've got a shit ass beard that's like got about 5 hairs here, 3 here. I'm not going to listen to them. I'm not going to take it. They lose credibility. They need to have a credible look. They need to look. They need to speak well. The video quality needs to be good, and they also need to have like experience as well. And they need to have a lot of reviews underneath their belt. And it takes time as a reviewer to build that up. It can take years to build that up. And it's that's what I'd look for. Not just, yes, absolutely, honesty, openness, and their own personal opinion, but what effort. I need to see effort behind the reviewer and what they're doing. Like, what's your background like? What's your video quality, audio quality? And who are you? You know, why should I listen to you? You know,
coming from the man who sent his product out to fucking everyone.
Hey, come on.
Do you know what? Do you know what? Right, Andy did what Andy did because he just wanted coverage.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Regards to a reviewer. Right. The way I see it, this is the way I always present it back to a company. Right. If a company is prepared to invest in me, then I have to be able to give something back to I have to be able to give something back to the company. So the review.
What Dan gave me back was a blowjob. Just saying. Anyway.
Well,
it was a bit either way. But
do you know what? I don't even make products, Andy, and he gave me one.
It's true that, but at the end of the day, if the company is prepared to invest in you, you have to be able to give them back something. So you have to dedicate time. You have to dedicate your knowledge, which you have. If you're prepared to go a little bit further than sort of everyone else and sort of invest in time in sort of knowing in essential oils or carrier oils and stuff like that, great. Okay, but all you're doing is you're investing in yourself and pushing yourself further to be able to go more. At the end of the day, as I said, credibility comes from you and how far you want to push yourself. You can be someone who, at the end of the day, you can have like 100 followers on Instagram, say. But if a company comes to you and go, right, I will give you my product for free, I want you to review it, is how far are you going to invest in that company to be able to push it? If it is a good quality product, are you prepared to push and go, right, I want to push it because I like it, and go from there? Obviously, there's only so far which you can go because as a person, you've only got so far as a reach. But can you go, right, I like this product, this is why I like it, but you've got to explain why, X, Y, and Z, why.
But we've spoke about this already this evening, right? And your beard, Dan, is different to my beard.
Yeah.
And my beard is again different to Johnny's beard.
It's not about beards, though.
We all review products, but my opinion on a product is it just is going to be massively different to both yours and Johnny's.
Yeah, but are you prepared to go as far as I'm prepared to go to give the reach to what other
But does that make your opinion greater than mine or Johnny's just because you're prepared to go an extra?
No, of course not. All it means is that companies get more out of, not that I'm saying that they actually do get more out of me, out of you, but I'm saying in that sort of actual aspect, if I'm prepared to go further than what you are, that company is going to get more out of me than what they are out of you. So ultimately, in the long run,
and that's what it boils down to, isn't it? Is who am I going? Which one of these plethora of reviewers is going to blow the most smoke up my ass,
or the most damage? Because obviously,
fair.
And
that's what I'm talking about. It's about, from my perspective, it's about, like, I want honest, like, and actually going back to like paying for reviews. What am I paying for? Am I paying for the review, or am I paying for the opinion? How much do I value that opinion? For example, for me with Dancy Bearded, I value his opinion a lot because he knows his shit. But is his opinion worth 400 quid? And how am I going to balance that? And it's the same for when I'm sending stuff out for free. I mean, when I'm sending stuff out for free, I'll happily send it out for free to every fucking reviewer because I'm not sending stuff out for free to get smoke blown up my ass. I'm sending out stuff for free to get as many opinions from people that have tried lots of products. And it's not about me weighing them up and who's going to give me the most benefit, the least benefit. I just want the most data I can possibly get from as many people who actually know their shit. And I think for me, the reviewers, it's identifying reviewers that know their shit. But the thing is, a lot of reviewers do not know their shit. A lot of them don't know their shit. And who am I going to give it for free? Who am I going to, you know?
So obviously, Waltermus just said, so he disagrees. Damage doesn't mean you're a good reviewer. No, completely right. But
I think it means you're a good reviewer. I think causing damage. It doesn't necessarily mean you're a good reviewer, but it shows that you've got the balls to be honest.
So Johnny. So obviously, you've said earlier that obviously Black Box, you didn't have a great opinion. You've tried to speak to the company. You didn't get at the company at the time. You didn't get great feedback.
I just need like 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
But does that mean all of a sudden you're not a good reviewer, or is it a case of you are still a good reviewer, but you're giving that opinion out? So obviously, damage doesn't necessarily mean you're a bad reviewer or even a good reviewer.
Well, I mean, from nourishment points of view, which is obviously the in-beard field, and you know how what's the word? When I wore it, my beard felt soft. It felt nourished. but as a scent side of it, there were not there. Now, I chose the scent myself based on the scent profiles, and I thought, oh, you know what, I really fancy that. I got it, smelled it out of the bottle. Yeah, it smelled great. I put it in my hands, it smelled great. I put it in my beard. Well, fuck all there. I was disappointed. Whereas John or Andy, I looked at the scent profile, I thought, yeah, I fancy that. Let's have it. I got John's products. The beard felt great. It smelled like it was described. Andy, it smelled like it was described, and it felt good in my beard. That's all I want. I want my beard to feel nice, nourished, hydrated. I want to have that particular scent smell on my beard. That's all I want as a reviewer. If somebody says, "Oh yeah, smell this, it smells great," blah 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 blah, and it lasts 10 minutes, then it's defeated the object. Because, I mean, personally, as a reviewer, I won't buy or ask for scents that I don't like, because I feel if you ask for a scent that you don't particularly enjoy, then your review is going to be shit.
No. This is where, at the end of the day, as a reviewer, you don't have an opinion on a scent whether you like it or not. You should be impartial no matter what. At the end of the day, if you don't like a scent, I hate coffee. I hate coffee scents, that type of scent. But you have to appreciate a coffee scent. For me, I have to appreciate a coffee scent, whether it lasts or whether it doesn't last. That doesn't make a product good or not. It just means you don't like that individual scent. That's where I'm a little bit.
You've just made me think of something, actually, and this is something that I've just realised I want to change what I do. So when a reviewer approaches me, they'll say, "Do you mind if I review your products?" But yes, and I will say to them, "Which ones do you fancy reviewing?" And they'll tell me which ones they fancy reviewing, because they'll be like, "I like the sound of these ones." I think maybe I should stop doing that and saying, "Okay, cool, I'm going to send you some of my stuff," because then I'm going to get the most honest and open feedback. Because I don't want a reviewer just to try the things that they sound that they like, because they're going to like it. I'd rather send my stuff to a reviewer, like send them my whole kit, and go, right, which ones do you like, which ones do you not like? Send me your open honest feedback. I think you need to. I think when you review a company, don't just review one product. Get the whole lot, and then give your open honest feedback. I think.
You gotta be honest, because at the end of the day, like I said, I don't like coffee. I hate coffee. I hate tobacco. So, but when people send me them type of scents, I can't judge. You can't stand there and go, "This product is shit because of it's got coffee in it." It doesn't make a product shit. It just means I don't like that type of scent. But if I'm getting a 10-hour, Rusty's absolutely legless, he's gone. If I'm getting a 10-hour scent of coffee, all it means is that it's a good scent. It's actually a good scent, but I just don't like the scent. And this is where you've got to be impartial. And this is something I was talking to John from Big Fat Beard about. Just because I don't like a scent doesn't mean it's good. Because I have to stand there and I go, because like Johnny, you might love coffee scents, but just because my opinion of a coffee scent, which I don't like, doesn't mean that you won't like it. And this is where you've got to be impartial. You've got to turn around and go, right, this is the scent. It's a coffee scent. It's XYZ. It lasts for 9-10 hours. Or if you're not into that sort of saying how long it lasts, that's fine. But if you turn around and go, right, it lasts 9 hours, fine. That it is what it is. But all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, a coffee scent is a coffee scent. It doesn't mean it's a bad scent. It just means that it's not a scent for me. And that's where you've got to be impartial. And that's kind of where the balance is. Rusty is about 2 minutes away from laying in bed, having a good time. This is turned into an OnlyFans live stream.
I know. I was in the bedroom. The wife wanted to go to bed. I had to swap.
Swap over. It is what it is.
Give a little good night.
It is. But lads, we are 2 hours and 10 minutes into the podcast, and I think what we'll probably leave it there for tonight.
Oh, you're joking.
We are. We're literally we're 2 hours. Over 2 hours in.
Yeah,
These
so
podcasts are supposed to be about an hour and a half long at that. We want to keep it short and sharp, but we've gone way over. But what I do want to say is thank you very much for Rusty and Johnny for joining me and Andy tonight. It's been a massive pleasure. So if you do want to jump onto Instagram, jump onto Rusty Reviews, or you jump onto Rusty Reviews YouTube. Make sure you do follow him. If you do want to jump onto Instagram and obviously jump onto the Bearded Yorkshire Lad, you will find him. Johnny, your YouTube is Bearded Yorkshire Lad as well, is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah, so once again, make sure you do jump onto Bearded Yorkshire Lad. Make sure you subscribe and go from there. Gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure. And what I do want to say
Got a couple of bits.
Hold on. Give me 2 minutes. Hold on. What I do want to say thank you to everyone who has stayed with us so far. It's been a long night. It's been longer than what we would normally do. But once again, thank you very much. To Big Fat, you're still here with us. Scott Evans, you're still here with us. Annette from Face Fur, once again, massive thank you very much. Dave Wallace is still here, and everyone else who is still here with us. Thank you very, very much. Andy, go for it, mate. You finish.
Two bits. Number one, 5K giveaway live right now. I've just hit 5K followers. Thank you very much, people. You need to enter this. I'm giving away the Essentials kit. So it's the beard cleanser combo, beard oil, beard balm of the gold chapter, and also beard oil, beard balm of the black chapter, as well as one of these. Hold on. Give me a sec. Oh.
I ain't even got one of these.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, yes. Let me talk about that.
Otherwise,
there we go. One of these. Also a Beardtings bag and a Shire Spirits candle. To enter, you need to do
one of these.
A creative, funny neck beard picture. Join in. There's been some fucking brilliant ones so far. I've been in tears laughing. There's a couple. I can't decide who's winning yet. There's some fucking good ones. Another one I want to shout out.
I want to see Annette. I want to see you do it.
The other one. The next 10 orders on beardtings.co.uk gets a free scented Beardtings candle. It's either going to be Vanilla Killer or Black Oak, but the next 10 orders are going to get a free candle. That's what I've got to say.
Hold on. What do they get?
Get one of these.
Maybe something special. Lovely.
That's it.
No, you can do. You can use that.
For fuck's sake. Jesus.
Fuck right off.
No, but honestly,
I'm not even sad I don't have a Beardtings discount code. I'm not even upset about it.
You want one? I'll give you one. You got one. Rusty 15 live. Hold on. Here we go.
He's doing it now. So, and there is she's going to get her beard on, and she's going to get involved herself. So I want to see this. So Annette, do me a favor, tag
Rusty
me in it
15
as well.
live now.
Live 15. Annette, do me a favor, tag me in it as well. I just want to see what's going on here.
And what about Johnny 15? What are we going to say? Johnny 15 or Yorkshire Lad
15? Yorkshire Lad 15.
Yeah, Johnny just doesn't sound right. But no, once again, thank you very much. So Johnny,
can I do a top tip?
Go for it.
Right. So we've all got these masks, haven't we? These fucking chin diapers.
Fucking things.
I don't know what's going.
And yourself, Dan, will wear spectacles. Literally just hold it where your nose goes, stick it on. Bish, bash, bosh. Do you look a cunt? Absolutely. But look, there's a fucking dent in your beard. And
Wait, what the fuck? What the fuck did you just do?
Magic. And if you wear contacts or you don't wear glasses at all because you've got 20/20 vision, you twats. Stick a little bit of blue tack where it nose goes, and it fucking sits like a glove. Honestly, bit of blue tack there. Whack it on.
I can't do that.
Nice and easy.
You don't have to buy this Beardtings fucking snuggle. Just a little cheap 10p thing.
Fuck a hoodie. Just get a 10p 10p mask.
But you can also do this.
There you go. You can become a Cobra Kai ninja.
Exactly.
So once again, lads, thank you very much. So if you haven't already, jump onto Rusty Reviews. Make sure you subscribe onto the YouTube or subscribe onto the Instagram. Make sure you jump over to Bearded Yorkshire Lad. Make sure you subscribe and jump onto his Instagram. I would say Andy Black, but you know what? Fuck Andy Black. Let's do us all a favour. And jump onto beardtings.co.uk. Subscribe and go from there. And if you're not, obviously jump onto my website, subscribe and go from there. Thank you very much for everyone who has turned up today. We loved each and every one of you who have turned up. Thank you very much. Andy, finish it off for me.
Stay bearded. Peace out.
Peace out, brother.